2018 UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship returned to Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates for the final round of 2018, where the world champions in 4 categories would be decided: Ski Division GP1, Ski Ladies GP1, Freestyle, and Runabout GP1. In this program, we bring you the men's and ladies Ski GP1 action. There were 3 motos to race in each category, with a maximum 75 points up for grabs as riders from all over the world gathered for the Grand Prix of Sharjah in their quest for the 2018 world title. Considered the heart and soul of the UAE, Sharjah is a vibrant and unique sheikhdom with a cosmopolitan population who are somewhat removed from the busy bustle of neighboring sheikdoms in the UAE. While rooted firmly in its traditions, Sharjah is steeped in a proud Arabian Islamic heritage that is reflected in the many and varied architectural landmarks that the city has to offer, spanning various cultures, styles, and geographies. But Sharjah is also a modern emirate with an eye to the future, while it is also one firmly rooted in the surrounding landscape and environment, from long stretches of gorgeous sandy beaches to the pristine and beautiful desert and wildlife just a drive away, all of which holds pride of place in local Sharjah culture and is an integral part of their lifestyle. This Middle Eastern oasis provides the perfect traditional final stop on the UIM-ABP Tour as the world's top riders gather along Sharjah's dazzling tower-lined corniche surrounding the Khalid Lagoon for the Grand Prix of Sharjah, a week-long water celebration in which Aquabike motos were raced alongside the UIM F1H2O and F4 Championship as one of the world's most renowned water festivals came alive in a mix of adrenaline and elegance. But first, let's look back at what happened in the previous round in Olbia, Italy. There's no better. At the Grand Prix of the Mediterranean in Olbia, there were 30 riders competing for the Ski Division GP1 title raced over 2 motos. With the fastest time in the time trials, Kevin Ryder had a good start, overcoming earlier leader and multiple world champion Jeremy Porret, closing out the race win with Rafael Moran runner-up and Quentin Bosch third. In Moto 2, early race leader Michael Porret was overhauled by Quentin Bosch, who led the race, chased by Ryder, who also passed Michael Porret. Despite closing out the race win, Bosch was penalized for a missed buoy, giving the Moto 2 and overall Grand Prix win to Kevin Ryder. Bosch was overall Grand Prix runner-up, with Moran third and Ryder topping the world standings by 14 points over Moran in second and Michael Porret third, Bosch fourth, and Shetline fifth going into Sharjah. In the Ski Ladies GP1, Round 1 surprise winner Krista Uzare of Latvia continued her fine form into Olbia, where she took the Moto 1 win with an emphatic victory over defending world champion Eminelli Ortendal of Sweden. In Moto 2, it was a first ever Moto victory for Katrine Nilbe, but a runner-up finish for Uzare was all she needed for the overall Grand Prix of the Mediterranean win. Nilbe GP runner-up and Ortendal third on the podium. Uzare topped the world standings going into Sharjah, 9 points clear of Eminelli Ortendal, with Katrine Nilbe third. The Grand Prix of Sharjah Circuit on Khalid Lagoon is a tight and technical course that was shorter than ever, and as usual, the alternate parallel tracks would play a crucial role.
The course is pretty good. It looks flat, but it sort of tricks you because within about 2 laps, the water comes in and bounces back off the walls and comes back at you, so it can catch you out. It's pretty good.
In the Ski Division GP1 Championship, there were 3 names that stood out from the first 2 rounds of the season: Kevin Ryder of Austria, Rafael Moran of France, and Quentin Bosch of Belgium. Kevin Ryder is the former world champion, and he's out to win it again this year with a new team and a powerful new ski, bolstering his chances for a second world title.
Yeah, I'm currently leading the world standings in the ski division class, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, happy to be here, and ski feels amazing, so we're ready to race.
Quinten Bosch is the defending world champion, but his season was off to a shaky start in 2018 as he tries to regain the form that won him the 2017 world title. There's a new kid in town, however, Raphael Morin. The Frenchman has had a phenomenal start to the year with a moto win in round 1 and was second in the world standings going into Sharjah. The big news is the return of former world number 2 Nacho Armias of Spain, back after a 3-year recovery from an accident.
During these 2 years, I've been pushing hard like every single day. It was kind of chaos, but we made it, so I'm pretty happy.
Also in the mix are the likes of Stan Shetline, Keller Anders, Martin Mani, and Hungarian Gabor Szabo, along with local Emirati riders Sultan Al Hamadi, Abdullah Al Hamadi, and racing under a UAE license, Steven Daliak. The men's Moto 1 entry list, Ryder is in pole position, Quinten Bosch starts in P2, with Nacho Armias third fastest in the qualifying, Morin down in 4th, with UAE hopeful Steven Daliak starting in P5, then Keller Anders P6, Gabor Szabo 7, and Ulrich Bernsen 8. Once the green flag was waved, the world standings leader was off to a flying start as he led the field of 19 riders on that opening run to the whole shots. Ryder was first to the whole shots with Quinten Bosch right up there behind him in second as the Austrian former world champion took control of the race to the backdrop of the tower-lined corniche along the Khalid Lagoon. As riders entered the alternate course, Ryder opted for the blue track, trying to open his lead early, racing tight, fast and hard on his blue victory ski. Behind him, the 2 other world title contenders, Bosch and Morin, locked horns in the alternate course, Bosch in the blue track, Morin in the green as they fought for second position. The 2 were neck and neck, and they virtually emerged even, trying to nudge ahead of each other, but defending world champion Quinten Bosch just managed to squeeze through and kept second position against Morin on the start lap. Ryder opened his lead, chased by Bosch and Morin, and in 4th position, it's number 19 Gabor Szabo of Hungary, and behind him in 5th was Danish rider Keller Anders on the number 55 ski. One of the top riders, last year's world number 5, Stan Shetline, is out on lap 6. Tough break for the Norwegian as he's towed off. On lap 7, number 53 rider Martin Mani of Estonia catches up with UAE rider Steven Daliak in the alternate course, the Estonian edging past the Emirati rider to claim 6th position. Near the end of Moto 1, the Belgian world champion has a problem with his ignition key as he desperately tries to restart his ski. He's back up and running, but cedes second position to Raphael Morin and drops all the way back to 14th position. That effectively ends Bosch's world title hopes for 2018. Opening a sizable 20-second gap over Morin, Ryder knows he just has to keep safe, not make mistakes, and go for the maximum 25 points to give him a huge cushion with just 2 motos left. And there it is, Ryder is the Moto 1 winner, Raphael Morin runner-up, with Anders Kellers coming up from 5th to pass Gabor Szabo and claim 3rd spot. Szabo 4th, Martin Mani up from 16th to 5th, and Daniel Sve Andersen finishing in 6th. At the end of Moto 1, Ryder extends his world standings lead over Morin to 19 points. Moto 2 is virtually do or die now for Morin.
I had to pace myself and make sure that 2 guys behind me, Quinten and Raphael, are not coming too close. Yeah, I mean, a perfect race, so I couldn't ask for a better thing to finish the first moto.
In Moto 2, the rolling start, Ryder in pole position, and they're off. Good start from Ryder as he leads the field of 20 riders to the whole shots. As they enter the alternate course, number 53 Martin Mani of Estonia spins out, and he quickly finds himself at the back of the field. Ryder leads into the alternate track, the Austrian in the blue track. He knows all he has to do in Moto 2 is hold that lead. Marin is chasing rider in Moto 2. In third is Keller Anders. Fourth position is UAE rider Steven Daliak. And then it's Quentin Bosch in fifth, followed by Norwegian rider Daniel Sve Andersen. Defending world champion Quentin Bosch is chasing local hopeful Steven Daliak. The Emirati rider is trying to fend Bosch off, but the Belgian sees his opportunity in the alternate course, and after a tight slalom run, Bosch's persistence pays off as the Belgian passes Daliak and moves up into third, coming out of the alternate course. The Belgian now setting his sights on Keller Anders at the end of lap 1. By the end of lap 3, Ryder is 44 seconds up on second placed Rafael Marin. The world title now tantalizingly close for the Austrian. Quentin Bosch's rise continues from behind as he passes Keller Anders to move up into third. Great racing from the Belgian. Further back behind the top 3, Barnabas Chabot has managed to get past Marcus Lutzekert to move up into 7th position. And Kevin Ryder wins in a start-to-finish romp yet again. The Moto 2 winner reaps 25 more points. Marin runner-up with 20 points, which means Ryder needs just 1 point in Moto 3 to seal the world title. Great racing from Bosch to get into the top 3. Good 4th place finish for Keller Anders of Denmark. Then 5th place for UAE rider Steven Daliak. 6th place for Daniel Sve Andersen, just ahead of his compatriot Stan Shetline in 7th, with Nacho Armias in 8th.
Now I have a big comfortable lead for the championship, and you know, you're always out there thinking, oh, don't push too hard, you know, relax, keep it safe. And now Moto 3, I can give it all what I have, and I'm looking forward to that.
The Ski Ladies GP1 was a wide open contest this year with not only more riders than ever before, but also more competitive, and the Ski Ladies GP1 world title, like the men's, was anybody's for the taking. But the name that stood out was Latvian Krista Uzare, who has beaten the defending world champion Emanuele Ortendal to win both the Grand Prix of Italy in Gallipoli and the Mediterranean Grand Prix in Olbia. She was the favorite going into Sharjah. The defending 2-time world champion Emanuele Ortendal has been stunned by Uzare's performance, but the Swedish ace knew that with 3 motos left, a title defense was still well within her grasp.
It's 9 points between me and Krista, so it's not unreachable. It's some points, but I still feel like I can manage to win over her. Let this race get going. I'm so excited.
Another Baltic sensation that has caused a stir this year is Estonian rider Katrine Nilbe, the Moto 2 winner and podium placer in the last round in Olbia. With very few points separating her from Uzare and Ortendal, she was definitely a contender for the world title. Nilbe's Estonian compatriot Jasmine Praus was also a contender, as are the likes of the Borgstrom sisters Sophie and Jonna, and also a newcomer, Janina Johansson, daughter of runabout GP1 veteran Johan Johansson. In the Ski Ladies GP1 Moto 1, Emanuele Ortendal had pole position after the qualifying time trials. Next to her in P2 would be Jasmine Praus, then Krista Uzare in P3, followed by Jonna Borgstrom, Molly Fern, Sophie Borgstrom, Lisa Kozan-Battaglia, and in 8th, Marta Sorrentino. There's the start. Emanuele Ortendal leading on the inside lane, but Jasmine Praus and Krista Uzare are right up there beside Ortendal as the trio break away in the drag race to the hole shots. Ortendal on the inside, but Jasmine Praus is very fast. Praus pulls away ahead of the defending world champion, with world standings leader Krista Uzare behind in third as they come around the hole shots and into the circuits. The surprise race leader in Moto 1 is Praus as the field of 13 riders enters the alternate course. Praus opts for the blue track. Ortendal is in the green. Which one will emerge in the lead? Praus just manages to get past Ortendal, past the sausage buoy. Praus leads the race, but Ortendal hot on her tail. Then Uzare in third, coming out of the alternate track. Emanuele Ortendal closes the gap with Jasmine Praus. The Swede knows putting a rider between her and Uzare will be crucial for her world title defense here, and she pushes hard in the alternate course. Too hard! She falls in the green track, and as Ortendal tries to get back up, she finds herself dropped down to 4th. What a blow! Ortendal now has a lot of racing ahead of her as she finds herself 2 positions behind Uzare and 3 behind the race leader E. Prouse, with Jonna Borgstrom now in 3rd. Tough luck for veteran Marta Sorrentino, she's out of the race. No changes in position until the end. What a win! The first ever for Jasmine Prouse as the new generation of Baltic riders continue their Aquabike ascendancy. E. Prouse, Moto 1 winner, Uzare runner-up. Crucial points for her ahead of Borgstrom 3rd and Ortendal 4th. Uzare opens her world standings lead by 7 more points with 2 motos left. Sophie Borgstrom is 5th behind Ortendal. British rider Molly Fern finishes 6th, then Virginie Morlaes, Lisa Kozan-Battaglia, Katrine Nilbe and Joana Graça of Portugal filling out the top 10.
The start was perfect, so I'm super happy. I was a little bit nervous that Emma is behind me, but now I'm super happy and let's see what the next moto brings.
Moto 2, with Ortendal trailing Krista Uzare by 16 points with just 2 races left. Ortendal had a great start, catching up with the Baltic riders ahead. E. Prouse on the inside in pole, and then Krista Uzare next to her. Ortendal finds the speed to pass Uzare, but Ortendal is too far out, and Uzare sneaks back into 2nd on the turn as they enter the alternate course. E. Prouse leading the race in the blue track, Uzare in the green as they come out of the alternate course. E. Prouse maintains her lead, but Ortendal has slalomed past Uzare. Ortendal reclaims 2nd position, Uzare 3rd, and then Jonna Borgstrom 4th. Ortendal is very fast as she takes the fight to E. Prouse, knowing it's do or die for her. She has the speed. Ortendal gets past E. Prouse. Ortendal is the race leader, racing like a true champion, performing with her back to the wall here in Moto 2. Ortendal builds on her lead, opening the gap, hoping Uzare gets as few points as possible here so she can keep her chances for a world title defense alive into Moto 3. Behind her, Krista Uzare trying to catch Jasmine Prouse to add a few extra points cushion going into Moto 3, knowing every position and every point counts now. She does it! Ortendal with a crucial Moto 2 win, her first Moto win since the very first race of the season. Jasmine Prouse runner-up and Krista Uzare 3rd. Ortendal's winning, cutting the difference between her and Uzare in the standings to just 5 points ahead of Moto 3, while E. Prouse becomes a solid contender for a year-end podium with that runner-up finish in Moto 2. 4th and 5th places go to the Borgstrom sisters, then Katrine Nilbe 6th, Molly Fern 7th, and Kylie Elmers, Joana Graça, and Lisa Kozan-Battaglia completing the top 10 in Moto 2.
The ride in the 2nd moto felt amazing. I came out 3rd after the start and then I just pushed through and passed the other girls. So it felt amazing.
Moto 3, a new day, the last race of the year. This is where it will all be decided. Krista Uzare is still the World Championship leader, but Emma Nelly Ortendal is a serious threat with 7 points separating the two. Ortendal in pole position is off to a sluggish start as Krista Uzare flies out into the lead on the starting straightaway to the hole shots. Look at that speed. Ortendal trying desperately to keep up with E. Prouse to her left. It's the perfect start for Uzare as she takes the lead around the hole shots and leads the field into the circuit, but there's an alternate course coming up and anything can happen in that starting lap with Ortendal and E. Prouse chasing her. Uzare makes no mistakes in the alternate course, emerging with a significant lead, while behind her a 3-way battle unfolds between Katrine Nilbe, Ortendal and Jasmine Prouse. E. Prouse is in 2nd, but Ortendal edges past Nilbe on the inside to hold 3rd, knowing she needs to beat Uzare, but Uzare is already way up in the lead. In a battle for 5th, Jonna Borgstrom passes French rider Virginie Morlaes, who drops a position. Jonna Borgstrom goes for Katrine Nilbe now, forcing an error from the Estonian, and Borgstrom moving up another spot into 4th as Nilbe has to take the black penalty buoy and finds herself dropping down to 7th. E. Prouse has a tumble. There is Ortendal's opportunity. Ortendal continues her rise up the field into 2nd position, but it won't do her any good unless she can beat Uzare. It's now a battle between the two world title hopefuls, Uzare leading and Ortendal racing the race of her life to catch the Latvian. But she pushes too hard and Ortendal nearly falls off, but she holds it together. Behind them, Jonna Borgstrom's excellent Moto 3 continues as she passes Praus to move into third. But there aren't any laps left. Uzare held on for dear life in the face of the Ortendal onslaught, and she did it. The Latvian wins her first UIM-ABP Aquabike World title, along with a Grand Prix title in Sharjah. What a result! Ortendal will have to make do with Moto, GP, and World runner-up here in 2018. Finishing third in Moto 3 is Jonna Borgstrom. Fourth place goes to Jasmine Praus. Fifth is Morlaish, then Fern sixth, Elmer seventh, and Sophie Borgstrom, Kozan Battaglia, and Grassa finishing the top 10. The overall Grand Prix results: Krista Uzare with a Sharjah Grand Prix and World title double win. Grand Prix and World runner-up Eminelli Ortendal. GP podium third place goes to Jasmine Praus.
I feel amazing. I knew I will win. I was ready for that. I was confident, but when it actually happens, it's amazing. I don't know what to say. Just crazy. But look what we can do. Latvia is a really small country. We're only 2 million, but look what we are here.
There's the year-end podium. Krista Uzare flies the Latvian flag proud. Ortendal, world runner-up, and third place goes to Jasmine Praus of Estonia. What a Grand Prix and year for her. Riders were ready for the final race of the year, Moto 3. Even though the Grand Prix and World title are virtually in the bag for Kevin Ryder, Rafael Moran could still cause a major upset if Ryder suffers any technical mishaps during the race.
So yes, I have still one chance to win the world title. You know what means racing, and until the checkered flag, nothing is played.
Following the final parade lap of the year, riders were out on the Khaled Lagoon for the rolling start, and there they go. Moto 3 of the Sharjah Grand Prix is on. Kevin Ryder leads the field on the inside lane to the hole shots. Next to him are Rafael Moran and Quinten Bosch, the three men who have dominated the season. Kevin Ryder is first to the alternate course, taking the green track with Rafael Moran in the blue. But Ryder makes no mistakes, tight and fast through the slalom, and he comes out firmly in the lead. The Sharjah and World titles well within sight. Quinten Bosch puts the pressure on Rafael Moran in a battle for second position behind Ryder, but Moran holds on and fends off his Belgian rival. Behind the leading trio are UAE riders Steven Daliak in fourth, then Keller Anders in fifth, and in sixth is former world number 2 Nacho Adamias of Spain on the comeback trail for next season. Tough luck for Marcus Lutzakert, he's out of Moto 3. On lap 4, Ryder in the lead. Behind him, Rafael Moran has a tumble, and he's passed by Quinten Bosch, the Belgian, moving up into second position ahead of the Frenchman as Moran gives chase to Bosch, knowing the only chance he has is to win the race and hope Ryder has a breakdown. Bad luck for Nacho Adamias, unable to follow up his 8th place finish in Moto 2. The final few buoys now, this is it, the 2018 Sharjah and World titles for Kevin Ryder. What a year it's been, and what a way to finish, winning 6 of 7 motos. Quite an accomplishment for the Austrian as he wins his second UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship in Ski Division GP1. Congratulations to him from his biggest rivals, Bosch and Moran. The three celebrate on water. Bosch, Moto 3 runner-up. Morin gets third place. Great result for Steven Daliak in fourth for UAE. Then fifth place for Keller Anders of Denmark ahead of Daniel Sve Andersen, Axel Courtois, Martin Manny, Stan Shetline, and Ulrich Bernsen completing the top 10. The overall Grand Prix of Sharjah results: Kevin Ryder on the top step, Rafael Moran runner-up, and third is Keller Anders. Great result for the Dane, beating Quinten Bosch by a point for the podium.
Last 2 years I went short 1 position, so I always finished second the last 2 years in the World Championship. And now being back here, winning it again is the main goal, and we achieved it as a team this year.
And so, after 2 seasons, runner-up, Ryder is back on top, winning his second UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship title. Rafael Morin, well-deserved world runner-up, and Quinton Bosch, world number 3. That concludes another nail-biting UIM-ABP season. See you in 2019 when the battle resumes in the UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship.